Hello grade 7. In this video, I'm going to talk about angle properties. First, let's review what is an angle. An angle is when two lines meet or intersect at the point, then an angle is formed. So if you can see, as you can see here, there's line AB and line AC, and they met at a point. Okay. The point of intersection is called vertex. So point A here is the vertex of your angle. Now, saying that an angle is a meeting of two lines, you can also call this as a meeting of two rays. Okay? And as long as they meet at a vertex or at a point, they form an angle. Now, you can name an angle by using this symbol here. Okay? So, in this angle can be named as angle, or you can write the word angle or just use this symbol, angle BAC. Now, you're using all three letters or all 3 points, but make sure that the vertex, which is A, is in the middle. Okay. So then you can also name the same angle by using angle BAC. So BAC, or CAB. Don't think it's here. So you can use angle BAC or CAB as long as your vertex or the point of intersection is in the middle. Or you can just simply name it as angle A using the vertex. Okay, so I hope that you understand that our review. Now, to continue with our review, there are 5 different types of angles. Okay, so before we talk about the different types of angles, uh, please take a look at this at the side over here. I'm going to play it. Okay, and as you see, as the angle goes, okay, 90 degrees is a right angle, and then when you form a line, it's called a straight angle, and you go and you keep going, and when you get back to its proper position, okay, I'm going to play it again. The total measurement of the entire revolution is 360 degrees. So from here, it went around all the way back to its original position, and that's 360 degrees. Okay. Looking at different types of angles here in your table, an acute angle is an angle less than 90 degrees. So go take a look at this. Here is your example of an acute, a small one. So from this ray to this ray, it's less than 90. So it's an acute angle. Now, there's only one kind of right angle. It only when it makes 90 degrees or a corner, then you call it a right angle. Now, bigger than a right angle, but less than or smaller than a straight angle, then it's an obtuse. So an obtuse angle is an angle greater than 90, but less than 180. Okay, a straight angle is when you have a straight line, and if you measure the distance between the two rays or two lines, it should be 180 degrees. Now, bigger than a straight line or 180, it is called a reflex angle. So, okay, it's called reflex angle. Now, to make sure that you know what you are measuring, it is normally you will see this symbol. If you see this symbol, that means you are measuring your angle from this segment or this line going to this line. So this is a reflex, but the inside here is not a reflex. Okay. It looks like if I draw a line from this point going down, okay, so that's 90 and it's bigger than 90, so the angle at the bottom is obtuse. Yeah, I hope you can see it. So if you want to refer to this one to make it a reflex, you write this symbol. Now, if you see this symbol, it means it's a full rotation, and you should be aware that it's 360 degrees. Okay. Take a look at this applet. If I go 1 degrees until T8, oops, 88, I can't make it to 89. But from 0 or 1 degree to 89 degrees, that's an acute angle. As soon as it makes 90, it's a right angle. More than 90, as you can see there, it's already an obtuse angle. 108 obtuse, 149 obtuse, 170 degrees obtuse. Okay, as soon as it gets to 180 degrees, it becomes straight angle. Bigger than 180 degrees, as you can see, it remains as reflex angle. 303, 307 degrees, it's still a reflex angle. 343 degrees, reflex angle. And then you don't call it anymore. You just say, if you go back to its proper position, it's 360 degrees. It's simply full rotation. Okay, that's the completion of our review, and we are now going to our proper lesson. I hope you are taking down notes because that's part of your homework. Now with our lesson. Says here, two angles that have a common vertex and a common ray are called adjacent angles. Okay, so let's have here a representation or a diagram. You have angle ABD is adjacent to angle DBC. If you see two angles that are right next to each other, you can say that they are adjacent angles. Okay, now also take a look that they share a common vertex or a common point. Okay, so that's adjacent angles. You can pause the video and then write your notes, and you can also go back and then listen again to what is an adjacent angle. Remember, adjacent angles are angles that are right next to each other. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so here's how you can represent it in symbols. We don't have a symbol for adjacent, but we have a symbol for angle, and so you have angle ABD. So you can see B is in the middle because B is the vertex. And angle DBC. B again is in the middle because it's the vertex. You can also say angle DBA is adjacent to angle CBD. That is also possible. Okay? Okay. Adjacent angles do not overlap each other. Okay. Now, look at these two angles. We have angle ABC or angle CBA, or we can call it angle B. This one is angle DEF or angle FED, or just simply angle E. Two angles that have a common vertex and a common ray are called adjacent angles. But are they right next to each other? Okay. So because they are not, so then angle ABC and angle DEF are not adjacent angles. Complementary angles. What are complementary angles? Two angles are complementary when the sum of these two angles is equal to 90 degrees. So given an angle, angle ABC, which is an acute angle because it only has 60 degrees, okay. And then you have another angle, angle DEF, which is also another acute angle, which is 30 degrees. If you add these two measurements, 60 degrees and 30 degrees, because it equals to 90 degrees, then these two angles are complementary. So we can say angle ABC and angle DEF are complementary because angle ABC plus angle DEF is equal to 90 degrees. Let's move on. Okay, now, if the sum of two angles is more than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees, then they are not complementary. Another one example is you have angle DEF, which is 70 degrees, and angle PQR, which is 30. When you add them together, okay, you will get 100 degrees. So angle DEF and angle PQR are not complementary, okay, because it has to be 90 degrees. Now, when is it going to be supplementary angles? Supplementary angles are formed when the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees or a straight angle. Okay, I use the word straight angle or vocabulary straight angle because you know that a straight angle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so angle PQR and angle ABC, what do you think? Are they supplementary? Okay. Yes, they are. I hope that you thought of the correct answer. Okay, so when we add angle PQR and angle ABC, we will get 180 degrees, so they are supplementary. Now, if the sum is more than or less than 180 degrees, then they are not supplementary. So in this case, angle ABC is equal to 110 degrees, and the other angle, which is angle DEF, is 80 degrees. If we add them together, we will actually get 190 degrees. So angle DEF and angle PQR are not supplementary. Now, angles on a line. Okay, you have a horizontal line and another line, a vertical line. If they meet, okay, they form a right angle. This is just a review. You have learned this already. And the lines are said to be perpendicular to each other. Okay. Now, our first property is called angles on a straight line. Okay, now, in your notebook, write number 1, property number 1. Angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. Okay, so if you have a horizontal line dividing your straight line, okay, so it's called an oblique line. Okay, you have this partition. Okay, so angles A and B should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so if angle A over here is 70 degrees, what do you think is angle B? Because you know a straight line or a straight angle is equal to 180 degrees, you just simply, okay, subtract 70 from 180 and you will see that it's equal to 110 degrees. So angle B here is equal to 110 degrees. On this side, on the other hand, okay, we know this angle, which is 35 degrees, and we don't know angle X over here. Because this is a straight angle, it should equal to 180 degrees. So angle X, subtract 35 from 180 degrees, and it's 145 degrees. So angle X is 145 degrees. This is your first property for your angle. So number 1, we will stop here, and I hope that you made some notes. Okay, I'll see you in class.